Welcome back, everybody. It's that time of year where we're going to reflect back on 2021 and go over the top 5 guns that I reviewed that year. So just some basic criteria for folks that haven't seen these videos before. The review itself had to be released from January 1st to December 31st rather of 2021. So there are guns that have appeared on social media, etc., that don't meet that criteria during that time. So the review had to be released during that time for it to be considered for this video. And I reviewed a ton of guns last year, and we've got it down to the top 5, at least that I picked anyway. Basically weighing things like cost, performance, what you get for your money, and then just coolness and what I like overall. So it's a pretty subjective list. That said, before we actually get into the guns themselves, we need to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is SDI, or the Sonoran Desert Institute. For folks that don't know, they offer online education where you can get degrees in multiple different fields that you see here on your screen, and they are accredited as well. So if you guys are interested in getting into the gunsmithing industry, the firearms industry, anything like that, and you don't know where to start rather, definitely check them out. Now with that, these are in absolutely no particular order. So we're just going to start out with the one that is on top of the table here. This right here is the Daniel Defense Delta 5 Pro. It's very expensive, so that's one of the downsides of it, but it's phenomenal. The actual title of the video, when I released it, is the most accurate rifle I own, and that's absolutely true. In terms of consistent accuracy, I mean, with any load that we put through this rifle, it was MOA or better, which you definitely can't say for most guns. And obviously in the review, we go over all the details of it. But this one here is in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's got that cold hammer forged barrel in there. Daniel Defense cold hammer forges their chamber with the barrel, which a lot of cold hammer forge companies do not do. It's one of the reasons that they're able to offer a half MOA accuracy guarantee with these rifles. And again, from what I saw, it absolutely holds true. We have our M-LOK attachment points here up front. Additionally, you can mount, if you want clip-ons and stuff like that, it has that, which a lot of chassis systems don't have. It has Arca Swiss here on the bottom, Accutac bipod, of course. It takes AI pattern magazines, so the Magpul ones are the ones I recommend. You know, there's some steel ones that are okay, there's some steel ones that are junk. I recommend just going with the Magpul ones, they're really good. It has an adjustable match trigger, 60-degree bolt throw, which is one of the coolest things about it. It's just very easy to work that bolt and work it quickly. Everything is adjustable here on the stock, both for vertically as well as length, as well as side to side, which is kind of cool as well. Yeah, there's just a lot going for it for sure. We have a 20 MOA base that comes standard from the factory, and then on there, what we used in the video, and I'm still going to stick on there and probably leave on there forever, is going to be the 4-16 Primary X GOX with the ACSS Apollo 6.5 Creedmoor reticle. If you guys haven't seen the review on this scope, it makes everything cheating essentially with 6.5 and the minimal wind deflection that it has, and then this reticle telling you exactly where it's going to hit at what distance. It's basically cheating. I mean, the thing just shoots laser beams. Now the downside of it, like I said, it's expensive for sure. So right now the base models are coming in right around $2,500. So I think it's the most expensive gun that you guys can purchase anyway that's going to be on this list. But it had to go on the list because it's just a phenomenal gun. I don't know anyone that has one of these that thinks it's not. So that says a lot about it. I know a lot of people that do own them. Up next, we're going to take a look at this pistol right here. This is the MP5 Shield Plus from Smith & Wesson. This one here is the 4-inch Performance Center video, gun rather, but the video for the 3.1-inch version of it came out this year as well, so I'm kind of grouping them together. That 3.1-inch Shield Plus is now basically my go-to carry gun, so that kind of tells you what I think about them. They're just phenomenal guns. So we have a 13+1 capability with the extended mag, and then obviously the flush fit mag version as well. But basically what they did is take the Shield, which is a super proven carry gun at this point, and barely enlarge the magazines just a little bit to get that extra capacity in there. So other than that, the dimensions are basically the same on them, and they also changed the trigger here on this one, giving you sort of a flat-faced offering with minimal over travel. Obviously we have optics ready version, they make non-optics ready versions, they make ported versions, etc. But the Shield Pluses, again, they're just phenomenal guns for the size, capacity, shootability that they have. There's some competition out there for sure, but in my opinion, it's among the best, if not the best, in the category. Everybody has their preferences. I suppose that's mine. So, and also I should also add that compared to most of the competitive offerings, it's the cheapest as well. So that certainly is a good thing. Next up, something a little bit different, is this guy right here. This is the AP5 imported by Century Arms, made in Turkey on HK factory machining. For folks that don't know, it's an MP5 clone, like I said, made on the actual HK machinery. So in terms of quality, you tend to get a very, very good gun, and that was the case with this one here. I've had zero issues with it. Since the review, I actually converted it to a machine gun, so now it shoots obviously full auto, and I've taken this everywhere around the country. Lots of people have shot this gun full auto, different mags, different ammo. It's never had a malfunction to date. So that says a lot for it. And of course, just being an MP5 based firearm, very, very minimal recoil with that roller delayed action. And obviously we have a tri-lug and threaded barrel on there, which is something that a lot of the HKs out there don't offer. Some do, some don't. But it gives you the ability to mount your suppressor however you want, which I do like. We've added some accessories, of course, with our Fab Defense handguard up front. We have our Magpul M-Lock light, or not M-Lock, 1913 light mount with a mod light on there, Magpul vertical foregrip, Magpul safety, which I think is probably the most important upgrade to an MP5 from a practical standpoint, because it makes you able to operate the safety like you can in an AR. With the standard HK MP5 style selectors, you kind of have to reach, which makes it awkward from a gun handling perspective. But I mean, it's just a phenomenal gun. We have our True Glow red dot on there, and it's just been, like I said, flawless. You can't do any better, and it's performed very well. These have come down in price considerably since my review. At the time of my review, these were going for like $3,000. Now you can find them for well under $2,000 for sure, if you look around. So in terms of a value MP5 clone, definitely at the top in my opinion. There's other competitors. Again, this one here is very proven, and I don't know, again, anybody that has one of these that's had any issues with it at all. So that certainly is a good thing. If you're looking to spend your money, spend it wisely. All right, next, back to the pistols. Again, we're gonna go with one that kind of represents both. So this is the Walther PP, and this is the full size. I also reviewed the compact. So have both, use both, like both. And here we have, it's basically factory, but we have XS night sights on there, which is awesome. But why this gun? What's special about it? There's a million striker fired guns out there. I agree, there are, and there's a lot of good ones. Well, this one, in my opinion, is an improvement on the predecessor, the PPQ, in pretty much every way. I like the grip better. It's modular. I like the texture better. That was one of my bigger complaints about the PPQs. They're a little bit slippery. This one, not the case at all. The slide serration is very aggressive. The optics mounting system is good. I've heard people out there argue that because it doesn't have some bosses built into the system, that it's a problem. I've shot this gun a ton. Never had any issues, mostly with optics mounted on it. And again, no problems at all. The trigger is phenomenal. Striker fired, super clean break. If you can't shoot this gun well, you absolutely cannot blame the trigger. Great break rather, and a great reset. Also, price point that these come in at is pretty darn good as well. Walther, of course, super reputable company, been around a long time making good guns. So if you ever had a problem in 10 or 15 years, you can count on them. They'll still be there for you. So it's a fantastic gun with a lot of good features and good upgrades over the original. And again, like I said, no issues at all with either one of them. And I carried the 4-inch model a good bit last year. No issues with rust or anything like that. You tend to get with carry guns. I already showed you guys this one. And the last gun up on the list is this guy right here. Unfortunately, you guys cannot buy this. I wish you could. I fight all the time to get you guys the ability to buy these, but most of you out there cannot buy one of these because it is a select fire machine gun. It is select fire only. There's full auto only rather. There is no semi-auto on this gun. That said, if you guys want to get a semi-auto version of this, you can buy the upper and the kit, and it will work in semi-auto if you want to. But unfortunately, the magic of this gun comes from the open bolt system. So obviously we have a cold hammer forged chrome line 20-inch barrel with a rifle length gas system, bipod on there right now. We have a weapon light mounted up, and the lower itself, it only has safe and fire on there, so it's a little bit different in that configuration. And again, we go into the way the trigger system on this gun works in the review, but it's different than a standard AR-15 because, again, it fires from the open bolt, like so. It just makes it super smooth because of that little delay that you get from the open bolt versus a closed bolt AR-15. And everyone I hand this gun to, they kind of look at it funny when I hand it to them. After they shoot it, they all laugh and go, I can't believe it, or no way, or whatever the case may be, because you can hold this gun on target. I mean, it is a point full auto gun, like point shooting full auto gun. You can just hose like a target at 100 yards and just hose it down with a magazine or a D60 worth of ammo and get all your hits. Just because the recoil on it is crazy. Again, the open bolt is the primary reason in my opinion, but it also has a hydraulic buffer, which to my knowledge is the only hydraulic buffer that's been used in military service around the world on an AR type of firearm. Very, very cool. And again, unfortunately, you guys can't get them. I wish you could, but it's just such a fantastic firearm that I had to include it in the list because it's probably my favorite machine gun that I own to shoot. My favorite that I own is definitely my 240, but my favorite just to shoot from a shooting experience and pleasure experience is definitely this one. We have our OSS can on there, and it's a fantastic gun overall. And with that, I think we'll close the video out. Obviously, if you're looking for any details, guys, on these guns, I didn't really go into them here, but the videos that I have on them go into stupid details, which is what we do here on the channel, breaking everything down and giving you all the details possible on any type of firearm that we cover. And definitely check them out if you're interested in that. But if you guys have watched this video and you're not subscribed and you like this type of video, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed and you've hit the notification bell and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week, make sure you sign up for my email list. It goes out at most once a month, and I think it actually went out today, as a matter of fact. And it just has all the videos since the last email went out, so that way there's no social media giant censoring your eyes from my content. Speaking of that, definitely check out my social media sites that you see here on your screen right now. For me anyway, Telegram has been blowing up and people really like it. So if you're on there, definitely check out my feed. And with that, I suppose we will close the video out. Thanks as always for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.